How's it going, everyone? Marriland here. That's right, it's time for another Pokemon trading card game video. And this time I've got two awesome things. That's right, as you can see on the screen here, I have these lovely Hoenn Power Tins, which feature Sceptile EX, Blaziken EX, and Swampert EX. Super cool. On top of that, to put these cards in, even though, I do have the tins, I also wanted to show off these. I figured I could do a video on this whole kind of set thing. Now, these are all separate, but these things here are a new edition that I've not opened before on video. So hopefully I can give you a chance to see what these are all about. These are called the Elite Trainer Deck Shields, and they're kind of cool. You know how they can sometimes have like deck boxes for Pokemon? Well, these aren't your standard deck boxes. These are elite deck boxes, and they are tall, but they also hold damage counters and coins and things up top. And they have cool different designs on them, which is neat. These are two different ones that have they have kind of a different design on each side. See, one side of this one has Groudon, one side of this one has Kyogre, whereas this one has Mega Gengar, and on the other side, Mega Lucario. So they are separate, and that's pretty cool, but I definitely like the look of these. So let's take a look at this stuff. I think it'd be good, though, if we started with opening up the tins, because that way we can put our cards away in the deck shields, even though the deck shields can definitely hold a full 60-card deck with sleeves, and even put some of your dice or damage counters or coins or other little things on top, and I'll show you that in a second. But let's start by opening up this Sceptile EX tin. Look at that, isn't that cool? Yeah, I'm really liking that. The tin itself is pretty neat. I've opened up a few tins before, so you should be kind of familiar with the design if you've seen these on my channel. Also, the other thing I'm just going to mention, I like to take the time to look at all the stuff I'm opening, including the tins. So if you just want to see me, rush it open and open the packs like super fast, that's not my style. We like to take things slow around here. Just have a good time. Take a nice thorough look at stuff. It's not about what I get, it's about how I get it, or something like that. I don't know. All right, so here we go. Let's see what is inside of this lovely tin. Now, it's not actually this difficult to open. It's just because of how my camera's set up that it makes it a little challenging. Okay, or at least for me. So here's a look at Sceptile EX. It has agility. Flip a coin of heads, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage, done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. Well, I guess that's kind of par. And then Strong Slash for 130 for 3 grass, but it can't use Strong Slash during your next turn. Now you could retreat or use a switch or something to put it onto the bench, and that would get around that effect, so that's not a bad strategy for it. Otherwise, it looks cool. I'll give it that. I think, though, that the upcoming Sceptile EX in Ancient Origins is going to be much better, though, but that's a nice alternative. Alright, so inside of this tin, one of the things that makes it such a great value, you not only get a cool tin and a promo card, and you also get a Trading Card Game Online code card that gets you something nifty online. I'm going to hold on to mine, though. It gets you the Hoenn Power Tin Sceptile, because that was the one. But you also get 4 packs. And that's not a bad deal, because it works out to be pretty good. You can get 4 packs plus a tin for about what you would pay for 4 packs just on their own. So that's kind of nice. All right, let's go ahead and open these up. I'm going to open up the Phantom Forces first. Yeah, we're going to do that. Oh man, it's been so long since I've opened up packs. I love opening up packs. It's just so much fun. I really ought to do more of that. Okay, so we got Alomomola, we've got Totodile, a lot of water Pokemon, Krabby, Helioptile, Gligar, ooh, a Reverse Hollow Mystery Energy, that's cool, and a Bronzong, okay, Fletchinder, Klefki, and Zvilus. Okay, nifty. I'm gonna put these cards off to the side. I'm also gonna move my tin out of the way. Hopefully I don't end up bumping it. All right, now onto the Primal Clash pack. Oh man, let's see what kind of goodness we have in here. All right, we got a nice little Trapinch, Vulpix, Spheal, Honedge, Hippopotas, a reverse hollow Hippopotas, Groudon with a funny face, Linoon, Aggron Spirit Link, Torchic, a really cool kind of half art Torchic. Yeah, that's neat. And then a code card, which I will hold on to. One other thing I just want to mention is in the description, I do have a link to a giveaway for a set of the deck shields, and I think that could be pretty darn neat. It will last until August 6, 2015, so, you know, if you're watching this before that point, you can head on over to the description and check that out for a chance to win some. But the Power Tins, unfortunately, we couldn't quite get a giveaway worked out for those. Kind of busy around here, but we do have the Power Tins. I figured I could show you a bit of each. That's always a good compromise. All right, Togepi, Fletchling, Execute, Taillow, Unpheasant. Ooh, look at that Dragonite. It's such a mean-looking Dragonite. You don't see Dragonite that look that mean all the time. But, huh. Alright, attach up to 2 basic energy cards from your hand to this Pokemon. Wow. Heavy impact for 150. Plus, it gets an extra prize card when you knock out one of your opponent's Pokemon with this, thanks to its ancient trait, that Delta Plus thing you see up there. It's kind of nifty. Alright, Latios Spirit Link, Executor, and another Unpheasant. Okay, cool. Alright, the final Roaring Skies pack of the Sceptile Power Tin. Let's see what kind of goodness I get inside of here. Alright, Gligar, Voltorb, Inkay, Pinnacle, Hawlucha, Dunsparce, a Swallow. Isn't that just Swallow? Ninjask, Dustox, and Double Dragon Energy. Oh yeah. Alright, well, you know, not the best tin in the world, but since I do get a Sceptile EX no matter what, can't go wrong with that. Alright, I'm gonna be a little careful as I pop this out of here. There we go. Cool. So I'll be able to put these cards either inside of the tin, or I could also put them inside of my new Elite Trainer deck shield, and I think that could be neat too. The deck shield is a lot more portable. You can probably fit that in your pocket. It's a little less portable than just like a standard deck box, but oftentimes, like I know for me, whenever I go to pre-release events and stuff or tournaments, I'm always carrying around my dice for, you know, to keep track of damage and stuff, and my coins. And you know what? It'd be nice if I didn't have to worry about all of those. If I could just have that inside of one thing, it'd actually take up less pocket space. Oh man, alright, can I get this? I did try to start it opening, and it apparently did not work. I should definitely do that with booster boxes and stuff in the future, because sometimes, you know, it's like, I don't have the longest of nails, I don't have the shortest either, and these aren't really that difficult to open. Again, I'm kind of sitting down and I'm reaching my hands through the tripod of a camera, okay? Well, yeah, a camera tripod. In case you wanted to know. Someday I'll take a picture of my setup. It's kind of interesting, I guess. But it does make, you know, rather simple things like opening up this shrink wrap stuff actually kind of challenging, because it's like, oh, you have to reach through a tripod to do that. Anyway, the Blaziken EX Hoenn Power Tin. Let's open this up. Again, it's not that it's that difficult, it's just my angle is really not very productive for this. All right, here we go. Look at that thing, that looks cool. Let's take a look at it. So it has Fist of Focus. Attach an energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. That's kind of cool. Too bad it takes 2 energy though. And then Flare Storm. For 1 fire and 3 colorless, it does 100 plus. You flip a coin for each fire energy attached to this Pokemon, and it does 20 more for each heads. Huh. Not the greatest, but it is still kind of cool looking. I'll give it that. It's nice to, whoops, drop in my pack. All right, yeah, so this also comes with a code card. I'm gonna set the Blaziken over here for a moment. And we'll open up these packs together. What do you say? And yeah, the code card, very nice. And as you can see, it also comes with some booster packs. Awesome. All right, let's start with Phantom Forces. We'll do this in reverse order again. Kind of like going back in time. All right, hopefully this will be even better than the last one. So we've got a very happy Helioptile, Sparrow, Yanma, Poochyena, Swirlix, Litleo, very scheming Litleo, and ooh, a full art Malamar EX. Love the look of that. It's a really neat card. Awesome. I mean, that's a good card to pull. Oh, you're banned. Can't use you. Yep, that's right. This card was one of the very few cards to actually be banned in standard play for the Pokemon trading card game. And it's easy to see why. Each player shuffles all cards in his or her discard pile into his or her deck, except for Lysander's trump card. So you just reset everyone's discard pile. It's pretty crazy, but yeah, you cannot play that in your tournament legal deck these days. I think you could still play it in League, but you know. All right, and because I did pull a Pokemon EX, I will share with you the code card. Sort of how I do things here. And I also don't rearrange the packs. I know I say this in every box opening video that I do, but I don't rearrange the packs like some people do. It's just because I like opening packs the way they were placed into the pack rather than rearranging them. That's just how I prefer it. But I'm not going to change my ways, gosh darn it, not me. All right, also only the first person to enter that code card on the Pokemon trading card game online will be able to actually redeem that for a booster pack. Lost in the waves. Torchic, ooh, Kingdra. Nido Queen. Marshtomp wants a hug! Buttlebee. Oh, all right, let's keep going. What kind of cool stuff you think we're gonna get? I don't know. Throw that away. Okay, there we go. Dunsparce, Voltorb, Gligar. Didn't I have a pack just like this? Meow, feeling fine. Oh, Inkay. I love those two artworks together. Zapdos. Alright. Dragonair, Executor, and Winona. Alrighty. Okay, final Roaring Skies pack of the Blaziken tin. All right, here we go. We got another Gligar. All right, that's fine. Voltorb, Inkay, Pinnacle. Ooh, I see something gold and shiny up there. What could it be? Ooh, Golden Energy Switch. Sweet. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, this is the secret rare Golden Energy Switch. It's functionally just like a normal Energy Switch. It's just all gold and looks so bling. Oh, that's awesome. Wow, that's a really rare card. Cool, I love Energy Switch. Now I have a bling one. Wow, all right, Trainer's Mail, and I'll give you the code card as well. How's that? Because that's definitely pretty good. Here you go, first one to redeem it, gets it. Nice. Wow, Blaziken, that seems to be my my lucky tin. That's for sure. All right, well, that was really darn good, but guess what? We still have Swampert EX. Yeah, let's open this thing up, and then we'll see, can Swampert be super effective against Blaziken? I don't know if I could top that pull. That was good. 4 packs, getting a secret rare, a golden rare thingy, and a full art Malamar. That's awesome. All right, you know what? I'm gonna move these just off to the side a little bit. I don't want to accidentally damage them. I forgot to bring my sleeves over. Normally I'd like to put my cards in sleeves. All right, so we got Swampert EX here. 180 hit points, so it's 10 more than the others. And it has Mud Flood, which is just really satisfying to say. Mud Flood, come on, say it, Mud Flood. It almost sounds kind of like Harry Potter in a way. Reveal the, okay, it takes 1 water, 2 colorless, and does 40. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. This attack does 40 more damage for each water energy you find there. Shuffle the revealed cards back into your deck. Wow. So that could do a lot of damage. That could do 200 for 3 if you're only playing water energy. Now, I don't think you'd want to do that, but that is kind of interesting, I guess. And then Hydro Tackle, 120, and does 20 damage to itself. Interesting. All right, whoops. Making a mess of things there. Yes, quite a fine mess, really. All right, it also comes with a code card that I will keep for myself. And then we also have some booster packs. All right, what do we got in here? Okay, 2 Roaring Skies, Phantom Forces, Primal Clash. Yep, just like the others. That's awesome. Okay, what do we get? I'm gonna open up the Phantom Forces one first. I don't think we could top the the Blaziken one, but we'll see. All right, we got Goomy, Leo, Finian, Venonat, Murkrow, Bronzor, Blissey, aw, Loudred, super happy Loudred, Electric Spirit Link, and Dimension Valley. Okay, now let's open up. Oh yeah, let's do this in reverse order here. Let's open up the Primal Clash booster pack. Something feels different about this booster pack. I can't quite put my finger on it. It's like the wrapper was just a different quality. Maybe it's like a second printing or something. All right, Volbeat, Spheal, Staryu, Clamperl, Bidoof, adorable Bidoof, Breloom, Archie's Ace in the Hole, Masquerain, Acrobike, and the code card. Okay, next, 2 Roaring Skies packs. Let's open up the first one. I don't actually know what could even top the Energy Switch. Or the Malamar. Malamar, that could be topped. Although I have plenty of these Inkays now. Or Inkay. I know you don't pluralize Pokemon. I always do it just so you kind of know that I'm talking about multiple. Quasi Spirit Link, Klefki, Tropius, Skyfield, Quasi Spirit Link. Now, yes, I do say Rayquaza. I go over this all the time, but that's just always how I will pronounce it. I know technically it's Rayquaza, though. Okay, final pack. We got a Spearow. Wow, it's so messy with this pack, darn it. Okay, Natu, Kata, Gligar, Voltorb, Electrode, cool, Articuno, Unpheasant, Manectric, and Trainer's Mail. Yeah, well, hands down, Blaziken took the cake, because that had the Energy Switch and the Malamar in it. Cool. But anyway, look at it, that's not too bad out of 12 packs, too. So, awesome. So, now that I've got all these cards, I don't think they're actually all going to fit inside of one of these tins. Because these aren't really like the Hoenn Power Tin thingies, where, you know, you can store a lot of cards in here. Like, you know, you can store quite a bit in here. In fact, let me show you. I'm gonna remove the plastic thing from there. You can take that out, and it gives you a nice kind of hollow tin. Just put your cards in here. You can put them in like that. You could turn them so they're kind of like this. All sorts of things you can do with them. I'm gonna move them right over there for now. Okay, but let's say we want to, you know, kind of store some cards a little bit better, like your deck, you know, your battling deck. I'm gonna move these rare cards off to the side so we can take a look at these. And these are the things that I'm giving out on the giveaway in the description, so be sure to take a look at that. Again, it's only until August 6th, so if you're watching this much later in the future, it's not available, although you can still buy these, so that's cool. And there are at least these 2 varieties. I think there might even be another. I think I saw one with Xerneas and Yveltal, so I don't know. All right, but let's open it up. What do you say? We're gonna start with, actually, let's start with this one. Something just fell. Okay, let's see. So, these are pretty darn durable. They're heavy duty, so any of your cards inside of here, they're not gonna get messed with. If they're in your pocket, nice and solid. But it also does come with some booster packs, so don't worry, we still have more to open. And it looks cool on both sides. So one thing you might want to do is remove this bottom bit, because it's just kind of like an advert, and we don't really need that now. It's like, yeah, This is mine now. There we go. See, now it's free. Now it's free. Awesome. I mean, it's not free, but it's freed from that. Okay, so you're probably thinking, well, what do I do with this? What's going on? So the top part here, it kind of comes off like this. And this is actually a compartment here. Let me show you really quick. This on its own, it kind of slides back and you can put things in here. It's actually kind of deep. Let me show you really quick. So I have some dice and some coins. You know, I always carry them in this, and it rattles around a lot, although I bet you this would make it rattle even more. But rather than carrying, you know, this clunky thing with me and my deck box, I could just put all my dice right in there. Or I could put damage counters in there, or if I got one of the, what are they called? The Elite Trainer boxes. They come with a lot of like dice and stuff. I could just put them in there and see, just seal it up. And yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's, you know, pretty secure. It's not like it slides off instantly or anything. It does kind of click, which is cool. And when I want to get to my deck, I just take this off, maybe set it off to the side while I'm, you know, playing in a battle or something, and have my deck in here, which is neat. All right, but my deck is not in here because that's a brand new tin, but there are some packs in here. So let's see what we have inside of these two Primal Clash booster packs. All right. Yeah, actually, I really kind of like those. They're pretty nifty because, you know, you always want to make sure you have dice or damage counters or something when you go to an official Pokemon event. Be it the league or a tournament or like a championship thing, because you need to be able to keep track of your damage counters and stuff. You know, how much damage you're doing, how much damage you've received per Hyperior. So you also want to make sure you have a deck with you. It kind of, you know, goes without saying. And, oh, here, you know what? I'm gonna toss these right in here. Haha! Not exactly the best for storing, like, a lot of cards. That's why you would want the Power Tins, for instance. But really good if you just want to store a deck to take with you. A little big, like, not everyone has pockets that big. I always wear, like, these really big pants with big pockets, because I always got to carry all that stuff with me so I can fit them, but not everyone will be able to. So just keep that in mind. But, you know, even at that, if you couldn't fit all of that in your pocket anyway, you know, you're not going to be able to fit a deck and your dice unless you split it up into two pockets. Okay, let me put the dice and stuff right back on top. Ta-da! All set. Okay, let's go ahead and open up the final thing we're opening up for this video. Thanks so much for sticking around for it. It's kind of neat doing two things in one. You get a 2-for-1 deal with this. But it's like, oh yeah, I had all this stuff. It's like, huh, you know what? We can open it together. And it will be just fine. You guys like this, right? I know a lot of you do. And I will try to do more trading card game stuff in the future, or at least opening up more stuff. All right, so this one's just like the one I just showed you, except it looks, well, some of you will think it looks cooler, some of you will prefer the look of the other one, but it does look different, which is great. It's nice to have choices, because, you know, you gotta have style. It also has the sliding thing, which is cool, and it doesn't really come off most of the time. Like, I know I just removed it there, but usually, oops, I am just not doing this right. All right, usually you can just kind of give it a little slide, and it's not gonna like just fall off instantly either. It does have kind of a nice little catch to it. Okay, let's open this up and get the final two packs. Doo-doo-doo. Be a little, not tricky to open it up, but sometimes it takes a little bit of maneuver in there. There we go. All right, more packs. Give me. We got more Primal Clash. 2 Gardevoirs, too. All right, what do we have in these final 2 booster packs? Let's take a look and see what's inside. All right, we got Corphish, Horsey, Trapinch, Vulpix, Spheal, Volbeat, ooh, Camerupt EX. That's kind of funny, kind of representative of Groudon, I guess, sort of, maybe not. yeah, discard as many fire energy attached to your Pokemon as you like. Does 50 damage times the number of energy cards discarded. Or, you know, for that attack, of course, not all of them. Well, still, it's an EX. It's not the best, but take it, and I will even give you the code card. Here you go. Here you go. Wow, I've actually had some pretty good luck, I guess. Nice. All right, I'm just gonna toss that in there. And the final booster pack. Let's see what is inside. Doo-doo-doo. All right, we got a Mudkip, Feebas, Illumise, Hippopotas, Slugma, Kyogre Spirit Link, Tangrowth, that's my rare, Celio, Escape Rope, and a Masquerain. All right, well, nifty. Super nifty. But yeah, that's what these Elite Trainer, what are they? The Trainer Deck Shields? The Elite Trainer Deck Shields, that's right. Because you're not just a trainer with this, you're an Elite Trainer. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, yeah, I like these. I think I'll probably bring that. I got a pre-release event coming up for Ancient Origins. And I think I'll probably bring this with me and store like my damage counters in the top and all my pre-release cards in the center part here. And it'll work nice. And it fits like a 60 card deck with sleeves, so that's great. The pre-releases use 40 cards, so it shouldn't be a problem there, but it's nice that it'll fit a full sleeve deck, because not all deck boxes will do that, and it'll keep them nice and safe. I mean, you know, this is pretty secure. I'm giving it some force there, and yeah, it's not really budging. I mean, I wouldn't run it over with a car or anything. Well, you never know. I mean, this might even keep it safe from that. Who knows? Good place to put your deck. As long as you have the pocket space. That's, I guess, the only downside I could really think about this is it's not really ultra portable, but any way you look at it, a deck box is going to need to be about this kind of width anyway, and let's say about maybe this tall. And really, you know, if you're not gonna have this, well, where are you gonna put the damage counters? So yeah, that kind of makes sense of why it's this tall. Makes a lot of sense, really. In fact, let's just do a little experiment. I want to take this top, and let's just see, kind of get a visual of it. Yeah, it takes up about that much space. Yeah, so I mean, it's actually pretty darn packed, all things considered, because the deck isn't too much more than that. So yeah, that's actually rather deep. Not too bad. Yeah, super cool. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check out the link in the description to find out where you can have a chance to win one of these. And I will see you next time, everybody. Woo!